Call this meeting of the County Commissioners to order. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everybody. We will begin with the minutes of our April 1st meeting. Is there any additions or corrections?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the minutes of the April 1st meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. First up is Mrs. Tricia Adkins is here today on behalf of Whitewater Valley Transit, right?
Yes. Prepared some documents. That's just fine back. Thank you for letting me come. I just wanted to give you a rundown of what the first quarter looked like. This is what we started creating a economic impact report. So for January, it shows how many trips we took and what that economic impact was all the way through March. First quarter travel miles was 5,462 for March. January had 2,566. February had 5,465. If you look on the next page, it shows the ridership by county and by month. Union County for January had 506, Wayne County 470, Fayette County 301. We've had a steady increase, and we ended up March with 485 for Fayette County. This is about 54 trips shy because we are transporting some folks from Laurel, which lands in Franklin County. So our total quarter one ridership was 4,326 trips. Also showing your quarter one fleet maintenance. We spent $15,000, $15,259.74 on maintenance just in the first quarter. We started the quarter with 12 drivers. We have 18 currently. I wasn't sure exactly what you were used to seeing or what you wanted to see, so I started with this. I'm willing to take any feedback if you want to see something different. What other information you'd like to see?
I don't know how anyone else feels, Trish. Personally, this is adequate for me. And a lot of people don't realize or don't understand that what used to be Fayette County Transit has been regionalized now into an area covering Fayette, Union, and part of Wayne, right?
Correct, rural Wayne County.
Yeah. And and it's now based out of Liberty instead of Connersville.
Correct.
So you have a lot more on your plate now than you used to.
Yes, sir, I did. Union County, when they operated by themselves, was 12 vehicles. We received 6 from Fayette County when we regionalized. So we actually went from 12 to 18 fleet, which is a lot. We had 1 dispatcher, and then we went to 3. So now we have 3 dispatchers. Actually brought somebody in to help me with compliance. You can see what kind of trips that we are providing, which is medical, work, school, recreation, shopping. I mean, a lot. We have had a lot of bumps in the road. Not been perfect by any means. We did expand our hours. Our service hours were 6 to 5. But we felt like when we regionalized and added the county on, your folks were used to 6 p.m., 6 to 6, so we did add an hour to our service days, so to try to cover some of that. We don't have near the same day call-ins that I know that Fayette County used to have, but I do believe that the senior center has taken a lot of those, which helps us a lot. It leaves that pressure like we're both here working and trying to cover the needs for the Fayette County residents. I will tell you that what I've seen, and maybe this will change, but the biggest thing for us right now is a lot of folks here in Connersville needing to go to Richmond to the doctor. We do a lot of those trips, and we know that the senior center isn't able to do that. They're staying in town, which I feel like that's a pretty good fit. It's a pretty good match of service to be able to cover for the county. I welcome any, if there's other things that you see gaps in, or there's something else that you would like for me to focus in and focus on, I'd be happy to do so. Right now, I'm kind of running by the seat of my pants, to be honest.
Well, it'll all settle down eventually.
Yes, I think so.
I don't know, this whole thing is all about money.
Yep.
Right now, I don't know yet whether the senior center will be able to continue or how long they can continue to do what they're doing, because, maintaining these vehicles are expensive, and buying vehicles is expensive, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, I hope that they do, because honestly, that really helps this community to have both.
Yes, it does.
It really does, to be able to have that local, not only just your local vehicles, but also your local folks, and being able to do those same days and covering a lot of those same day call-ins that people need that are not scheduled medical. I mean, we're happy to do a lot of the Kroger and Walmart, and we do some, but what I have seen so far the first quarter, it seems like the senior center's taking care of that, and that's wonderful. I mean, that's a great partnership to be able to cover the county and what the needs are.
Yeah, the same-day call-ins are very important.
Very important. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
We have 2 vans over here every day, sometimes 3, but they're booked. I mean, it's people I'm taking to Connersville. I mean, taking to Richmond. I'm taking a few to Rushville. So a lot of that same day, the senior center's done really well. We haven't denied them, but I feel like a lot of your community is using that, which I think is a wonderful fit. I mean, I'll be happy to help whatever we can, but a lot of times we're booked several days in advance.
I do think that what they're doing there right now has made this transition easier.
I agree.
So it's been one less bump in the road. But how long can it go? I don't know.
Well, I hope it continues, because we all need it. And we have worked, I feel like, very well together. I mean, they've called and said, hey, we've got folks on the books for Richmond. We can't cover this. Can you cover that? I mean, we've called. These are same days calling us. We can't get it. I mean, we've tried to build a little better partnership there than I think even before we were regionalized. And I feel like it's working. I mean, it's always room for improvement, but I feel like we're working as a team and we're not against each other.
Right. Anybody got any questions for Mrs. Atkins?
I think your report is good.
Okay.
Covers what we need to see.
Well, Trish, thank you very much for this report.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So we'll expect to see you back then at the
Yep,
end of
next quarter I'll hit it again.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
EMA Director Wade Walling, do you have anything today? Chris Gettinger, do you have anything to report for Highway Department? You had a fun 2 weeks? Okay, I figured so.
I was gonna set over it too. We're still cleaning, basically. Been a rough couple weeks with the rain, but we're getting there.
Had some roads, we actually put the snowplow back on and took back down to shove the stuff off the roads that was left in the roads from the running over. A lot of our problem was Little Bear, Big Bear. I don't know if it rained more through there or just collected more. Actually went down, I don't even remember, rained 2 different times. Went down after the first rain and cleaned out some cans. Kind of in a rush deal because had a fellow said if it rains like it's supposed to, it's gonna come in my house. And we was able to clean them cans out and kept that from happening. So we do gain sometimes. Seems like we fight losing battles a lot, but that did work for us. And, you know, we've got a lot of work yet to do, which has put us a little bit behind on getting other things, but we're getting there.
I got a call yesterday from the guy that rents the farm ground that the county owns up here north of Roberts Park. And this recent rain and flooding has washed out a couple of big holes somewhere on the farm there. And this has happened before. And he's asking if we can come up there and smooth that over so he can get in and out, whatever it is.
Is it where they cross that bridge getting back in there? Or?
I don't know the exact location,
Okay.
but the last time we had to do that, we took the payloader and a backhoe up there. Took about a half a day to fix what had happened, you know. So we've been pretty lucky the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, we haven't had
It's
messes
happened
like it
again.
for a while.
So
I'll go back in there. I'll go.
I'll give you this guy's phone number, and if you guys could coordinate being there at the same time.
Sure.
He could show you exactly what he needs.
Well, we fixed some on 440. There's your cross Waterloo Bridge. Of course, they run over there. Terrible. Washed some stuff out. I think it's actually the same guy's wheat field there, but we actually hauled riprap up there and put along the edge because what they had there wasn't staying, and it wasn't going to stay again.
Yeah.
So some of this stuff we're trying to, just because we always did it that way doesn't mean that's what we're doing. So
Yeah.
you'll see some things different, and we might find that they don't always work, but if we don't try, we won't know if it works or not. So, but yeah, we can get with him and
I'll give
work
you
that
his
out.
contact information after the meeting.
Sure, that'll work. Anything else? All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chris. Michael King, do you have anything for
for
us?
you besides the webpage, unless you want to do that now? Do that now?
Yeah, sure.
So you guys have the webpage proposal. I don't have the paperwork for it, so I don't know what the price is there anymore. Do you guys have all that?
Yeah.
So the company is What's Up 24/7. They had a proposal for the city and the county to update the webpage, host it, and bring it up to spec. I think it was 6 years ago that we had the webpage changed or so, somewhere around there. I think
Probably.
I think that's where it was, somewhere around there. So we've kept it up to date, but we've not really changed the format of it. So as things go and change, you know, it gets out of date. We want to, keep with the times. Plus get vulnerabilities that get worked in and have to be changed and updated. And the previous web page never completely got finished. The Red Elephant never finished the code on it, so they just kind of disappeared. So we never actually made the final payment for them from the county because they never finished the job. So they just kind of went away.
So we'll just be starting over with this is a different company.
Different company, different
Yeah.
design. They're going to completely design from the ground up, and basically put all the content that we've got on there, and then go from there. So
So this is supposed to be a joint effort between the city and county?
yeah, the city's already signed their part of the agreement and already started on their side. So
Okay, so they've already agreed to the proposal.
What you said was Tracy, 8,000, so what you
Yeah,
said?
total was well, it's two payments of $4,375, so
Okay.
right at 8,200, close to it,
Be 80,
87.
ours would be 8750 all total, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
So,
And then there's an option of 1,800, I think it was 1,800 a year if you wanted to have them stay on annually to design it and continue, where you just call them and say, we want to have this content added or whatever, and they just stay on as web designers basically.
Yeah, he's supposed to be emailing me that information, and I haven't done it yet, so I didn't have anything to share extra, but I think we ought to, based on a recommendation and our need, especially with the way News Examiner is down to 2 days a week, and
And the cities are doing their half, so their half of the
Right.
website's going to look better than ours if we don't do it. Our site's going to look a little out.
Yeah.
So we get up to speed. I make a motion that we would accept the agreement with the Signature Web Creations for a redesign for our website.
Where would the money come from to pay for this?
It's already here, bring money. It's from CoonCap.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale to approve the joint agreement between the city and county with Signature Web Creations to rebuild the city and county's websites, our part being $8,750. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Now, do is this the only copy?
No, he's gonna, I forgot the man's name, who's gonna send us our own that we'll do. That's the one that was done for us to do at the same time with the city. So
Okay.
they moved ahead, we'll be getting our own to do.
All right, then, you gonna notify him?
Yes, I will.
Okay, you do that, and when he sends it, we can sign it.
All right.
Takes care of that.
Anything else for you?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. I'll get back to the grain then.
Thanks, Mike. Deputy Becker, are you here for the sheriff?
Yeah, I am. You know, he didn't have a lot if he sent me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dan Becker. I'm a detective with the Sheriff's Department, also now taking on the chief deputy role. The sheriff got caught out on something, so he called me and asked me to stand in for him. He said he didn't have a whole lot. Do you guys have any questions, concerns that you need me to answer for you? He mentioned something about Cintas, and said that he had looked at the numbers and he thinks that that will save us some money. I don't know where that comes into play. He didn't get into details with me. I believe they are a supplier of paper goods and supplies, things like that. I don't know if there's a representative here from them or, okay. He said there may be a representative here. The only other business that he mentioned was the Women's Center. We're still waiting on the gate between the facilities. We do have the quotes, and I think you guys probably have those. Chad Friend came in the cheapest, local small business, so we like that. But we're waiting on that. I went over with him late last week, and we walked through. It's coming along. So House 60 women, I think we've only got a few that are ready. Today, I did take some notes real quick. We're down to 93 total inmates, which is probably the lowest that I've seen. I've been there just over 10 years, and that's the lowest number of inmates that we've had since I've been employed with the county. So I don't don't expect it to stay there. We've got some new eager deputies that we've hired, but the court system seems to be getting people out pretty quick, and Nancy Bolander, who works for us, is getting them shipped away to the state whenever they're sentenced pretty quickly, so it seems to be working pretty good. For context, I think at one point we were around 185 to 190 inmates, so 93 total's a really good number for us, and certainly saving us some money on feeding them and things like that. So I don't really have anything else. I don't know if you guys have any questions at all. I'll answer to the best of my ability, but I'm not Zach.
Do you know how many women there are?
There are 15 females is all we have in right now. At one point, I know we were closer to 40. We do have 15 females incarcerated right now. We do have one that I'm aware of that has already accepted a plea deal or been sentenced to work release or community corrections. So I expect that number to go up once that becomes more readily available for them. You know, they haven't always had the same option as the men, which, you know, was something we had to change. So I do look for that to change, and for us to have more females in that work release program. It gives the prosecutor a really good bargaining tool, you know, for plea bargains, things like that. So anybody else? I'll answer whatever I can answer.
When's the new deputy start road?
We started, let's see, we hired Patrick Milan from the City Police Department. I was doing the undercover drug detective stuff. We have what's a task force here in the community. We typically have one detective from the Sheriff's Department, which was myself for a couple years. And then the city always has someone. Initially it was Ryan Moorfield, who accepted a job with Greenfield PD and is up there doing a fantastic job for them. Patrick Milan was a detective for them for the Connersville City Police Department and has now accepted a job with us. He's currently, he's going through some NCO training, I guess, non-commissioned officer training for the Indiana National Guard. He will be back working the road for us, I believe May 1st possibly. And then just last week we hired Trevor Young, who is also a lateral, who's a fully certified police officer who comes to us from Liberty PD. He started yesterday, and I have spent the greater part of my day today getting him lined out on all the computer-related things he needs. We have several things that he has to have, usernames and passwords, things like that we utilize. So he started yesterday. Patrick Milan should come back. We put them both in the brand new vehicles, so they're set and ready to roll.
That's all I got.
Anything else?
Do you know if there's still a need for 3 for the women's? I know that was the original number.
3
Zach-
women to work.
Zach had told me.
I think last we talked that we think that we can I hate to answer that too quick and get everybody's hopes up, but I think that we're thinking we can use 2 women over there instead of needing 3, because we will be able to control that entire facility from the current jail facility. So we won't have to have that one female officer sitting in their jail control room at all times. They'll be able to get up and have 2. We'll also have the ability to respond with our male officers or whoever we have working our current facility. We'll be able to head over there as quick as they can get over there if something happens and they're needed. So that may help us too. I don't know what the original plan was, but I think we can probably do it with 2. Again, I would default to whatever Zach says on that, because I'm not super sure. I know we had talked about it, and I think that's kind of what he said last week, though.
We'll work it out one way or the other.
Right, it's going to be a good thing, and I think it's going to give us, right now if I look at it, 78 males, we can do that in 1/2 of our jail. Again, I don't look for our numbers to stay this low forever. We've been getting them out of there pretty quickly, getting them sentenced in 2 other places, and it's tax time. So that gives people, a lot of people, the ability to make bail, to bond out who have a reasonable bond amount, so.
Yeah, it's a good time maybe to think about the projects that can be done inside the jail over there.
Right, yeah, we can move. Hopefully, once we get the Women's Center opened up, we get some women moved over there. We can shut down one half of the jail, and we can make all the improvements we need to it without endangering anybody in and out of there. You know, they can move freely in that half of the jail. And then you can swap them all over and do the same to the other side, so common sense stuff. Should be pretty easy.
Yeah, just don't jinx us.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't want to speak too soon, and I don't want to
Yeah.
speak out of place.
But I think it's good too that, like Zach has said, we can attribute, we hope, to that IRAX, the program.
Yeah, the
that's
recidivism,
going on.
hopefully that, you know, he's big on the recidivism. Hopefully he's right there, and maybe a lot of this is due to some of the programs that he's helped put in place, and we've got less people reviolating, you know. So hopefully some of that is contributing to our low numbers, and maybe some of that will continue, you know. Even if it does go back up, maybe it doesn't, hopefully it doesn't go back up to where it has been in the past in the 180, 190 person range, especially I believe our jail house is made to house 112 or 114, so 190, they're sleeping on top of each other on the what so-called boats that they are required to put on the ground, you know, to keep them off the ground.
Anything else?
I don't,
Thanks, Dan.
Yep, not a problem.
Bill Mackey? you
I have anything today.
Okay. Anybody got any mail need to share? No? Okay, under old business, we have our Community Crossings Matching Grant bid awards to take care of. And Dave O'Mara Company wound up being the lowest and best bid. And we have an agreement here to approve between us and them. And their bid was, is that on this, Jane? The amount of their bid?
It should be, but it was $1,559,845.78.
Okay, $1,559,845.78. That's the closest I ever seen it come to what our maximum grant award can be. So that's a good thing. Okay, what's your pleasure?
Yeah. Make a motion to approve this contractual agreement for community crossings with Dave O'Mara.
Second.
And along with that goes the
Is it Dan?
notification.
It looks like it says Dan O'Mara on here instead of Dave. Is that right?
Stay over
It is Dave.
there. That should be Dave.
Both of them say Dan.
Yes.
No, it's Dave up there and Dave. Okay. Brothers.
Could be. You want to amend that and add that to it?
What is this word? I'll amend that and add to it.
This is the letter of notification.
Okay. Reward letter for community crossings grant. For the $1,559,845.78.
Do we have a motion by Tracy, second by Bill, to approve the 2025 CCMG agreement between Fayette County and Dave O'Mara Company? Do Any further question? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Now, there's a fellow here representing Centos, and he was here at our last meeting. Do you want to discuss anything about that today? To tell you the truth, I have no idea how the prices he quotes here compare with what we currently pay from the local supplier.
Yeah, I think, I just took that, he brought that in, and I think I stepped into the office and took those in there and copies he brought. So we could maybe table it and look through that and compare. That was, I think, what was suggested. I mean, I think it's a good idea, like you said, the local.
Is that a motion?
Yes,
Second.
Okay, your motion was to
just,
table consideration until you can get our facts straight. Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to table for further consideration supply contract proposal with Centos. All in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
3 ayes. So, you've got his contact information?
Yes,
Well,
he brought in 3 copies.
let's let him know when we do know something so that he doesn't have to come and drive over here for nothing, you know?
If you guys want a bit more detail, I wasn't able to get chemical stuff from Jarbo, but I do know you guys' estimate of what your overall expenditure is just for the jail itself. And for us, under this sole partnership with the state we have, to do more than what you're getting from Brockman, it would be a little under $2,000 a week for the courthouse, jail, and the jail annex, once that is fully up and operational. And Jarbo has told me just on chemicals for the jail alone, for one building, he's spending between $2,000 and $3,000 a week just on chemicals. So I do know, just on the chemical program in itself, we're gonna save you about 80–90%. I think we're only gonna save you a couple % on paper, but paper is kind of a tough commodity to work with, right? Even under the state contract, but yeah, I can definitely try to pull more numbers together.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll try to put some real numbers to this as soon as possible. Okay? Anything else under old business you want to take care of? Under new business, we've got a request again this year from the Fayette County Ministerial Association to hold their event, their National Day of Prayer event on the front lawn of the courthouse. It would be on May the 1st from 12 to 12:30 p.m. You want to give permission for that?
Move to approve.
Oh, second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve, give permission to the Ministerial Association to hold the National Day of Prayer service on the front courthouse lawn, May the 1st. Any further question? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anything?
Does she have?
I hadn't heard anything. Did Dawn Hughes have a 144 request for today?
No.
Okay. That must have been left over from
Yeah,
last
it was left from last
meeting.
It wasn't bolded. It wasn't at the top.
Okay. I'd like to recognize Bob Hanson, who we haven't seen around here for a long time. He's now the editor again in the local newspaper. So good to see you back, Bob.
Thank you.
You've been gone for a long time.
4 years.
Yeah. Is there any patron concerns in the room? Mr. County Attorney, do you have anything?
No patron concerns for mine.
Okay. All that leaves is claims and payroll.
Move to approve.
One second.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll. All in favor, signify by saying aye. completes our agenda for today, unless we're forgetting something. What are we forgetting, Tracy?
I don't know. I don't think anything today. I think we're good.
Forgetting anything, Jane?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.